Hello, everyone, or no one. Don't know if people will watch this, but this will be my first ever YouTube video. My name is Commissar Yoraki. Some of you may know me or may not know me, but I am a member of a group called HexHap. We stream making Warhammer Minis, specifically for Warhammer 40k at the moment. We could move into the Age of Sigmar in the future. We don't know yet. But I'm usually the blue one on the screen. Started off with Astra Militarum, moved on to Blood Angels. Not Blood Angels, Dark Angels. Mixing things up already. And I also have some World Eaters that I started building, but I'm starting to magnetize things, so that's been a little bit delayed. Here I am playing Total War Warhammer 3, and I am currently in one of the quick battles. Well, not quick battles, one of the mission battles. And I'm currently doing the first one for the Beastmen. This is for the Kazric One-Eye missions. My plan for this channel is to just play video games, have fun, and I'm just starting off with some Warhammer because that's what's starting all this. For this series, which I'm planning on making a series, I'm going to try to play through all of these pre-made missions for all the different races and leaders. I will either do them just in order of how they're made, or I don't know, I might make a spinning wheel to choose which one I go into. I'll find that out eventually. Or I'll do both. Maybe I'll do something where it's random for one day and then go back in order. But for this one, this is the Beastmen versus the Empire. As you can see, my army is on both sides of the Empire, who are in this sort of valley. This mission is supposed to be sort of an ambush. They have mainly a lot of pikemen with shields in the front. They have crossbowmen and handgunners in the middle. Then they also got their cavalry in the back with the Empire Knights, but also these Demogryph Knights. Now my plans for this is I have army on both sides. I decided to split them up. If you could not tell, this is not live gameplay. I'm planning to do that for all the future ones. But my plan here, just because they're in the middle, I'm going to put my archers on these two cliff sides to sort of shoot down. I set up some divisions, so spearmen, axemen, my leader, coming down this side to sort of flank these middle troops. On this side, same thing, spearmen, axemen, but also these minotaurs and chaos spawn. These, in the future, will absolutely destroy a lot of these guys. They're pretty useful. Up here, I have these Centaurs that have throwing axes. I kind of mess around and do terribly with them. I don't know if I probably wasted their potential. And here's their leader, Henrik Todbringer, the general of the Empire. Back here, I did this on both sides. I have some Centaurs. These are the melee cavalry, with also some Chaos Warhounds. My plan was to send them out back and flank not the cavalry, but try to get through to the range units. This side I have the same, but also some chaos spawn here. Now at the moment, there are no plans, but let me zoom back in. I decided things pretty quickly. As you see, a lot of movement for my archers getting into position. Also got this like spellcaster dude. He's just here to help. Used him to send down a rain of birds to slow down their ranged infantry. And we're already laying in shots. Over here ended up being where a good portion of the melee fighting was. Later on, it'll make its way up to here. But decided to charge my leader in to help out the support group. So what I find interesting is that he's wielding both a sword and also a whip, but doesn't really use the whip like a whip. It doesn't really move, it just stays in this static position. which kind of disappointed me, but he's still kicking some butt. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be swearing or not. I'm not really, oh, I'm family friendly. I just don't know the rules and tribulations of different not servers, streaming platforms. But this is going to be on YouTube, and I don't want to immediately ruin my chances. Now, we're only a minute into this huge battle, not the video, because I talk too much. But the Empire decides to send in some reinforcements. This includes a lot more spearmen, some more Empire knights, crossbowmen, and also some riflemen. Now they'll mainly start targeting my throwing axes, the ones who I kind of didn't know what to do with and kind of forgot we're back here. So they are not going to have a good time. They're going to get shot a lot in the back and just sort of drop one by one. But these guys took some damage as well, whether it's from their teammates or just my Centaurons thrown behind them. Here was one of the clusters that will eventually have to move with my Chaos Warhounds and also some more Centaurons. This huge cluster is still happening. These Minotaurs really slaughtering people left and right, leaving them in bits. Hello there. But eventually, I would get worried about these Empire Knights that decided to come up on the hill, because obviously my 2 Archer battalions are up here. I got kind of worried, but in response, I set up some Chaos Spawn to hopefully fight them off. They kind of got stuck fighting these 2 guys on their own, but then they decided to charge me. So now these archers are more focused on these pikemen or spearmen on the way up. So I thought I'd take them from the side before they get too close. Now, as precaution, I started moving these archers to the right to try to get some flanking shots. But then I decided to try to move them over here. These archers, before they got sort of pushed, I decided to move them up here to sort of hide. Because you do not want to get stabbed by these pikemen. Or shot. Being shot's not fun either. Well, I don't know. I haven't been shot before, so I could be wrong. Now, this would really damage my Chaos Spawn, who are mainly there as a defense, so I decided to send up some Minotaurs to back them up. And slowly but surely, my leader would make his way, cast wreck the one eye. One problem I do have is that I forget that a lot of these units are set to guard mode, which means if they're not fighting anything, they kind of just stand around and just yell. They don't really do much. But later on, I'll start moving them around. I'll shut off the guard mode to try to get some support. And now my leaders finally made it up here with some big dudes fighting these Demogryph Knights. I also started to send some troops to flank. So I have some spearmen going in for these crossbowmen. And I decided to send back in these dogs and these centaurs. Sure, they're weak, but any damage is damage. Started to bring back the throwing axes, who immediately just get volleyed to all hell. Which would lead them to start to retreat. But then I send the dogs back out. In the woods, there's still some combat going on to try to take out some dudes. Then over here, my archers still putting in a lot of work. They've been doing pretty well. They're mainly focusing on the troops that are kind of retreating to the woods, trying to take them down. Because a lot of them are ranged, so they'll just shoot back at me. Yeah. As you just saw, a lot of these Beastmen just got launched. Because these cavalry are still alive and won't leave me alone. So, this Beastigore horde is going to come in from behind and help take them out before they do any more damage. But then, another set of cavalry comes in with their griffins. So I sent in another herd to try to deal with them as well. Some other archers I decided to bring up to try to help get some get some missiles flown in there. Sent down these great army axemen to try to hunt down the leader. Don't really want him to escape. But there was no way he was making it out of this. Yeah, it's just a lot of flashing red. And by the top, obviously, we're winning. Now, I think I did pretty well with controlling my armies. But they decided to call it Pyrrhic victory, like it was very close. Totally didn't Google what Pyrrhic meant the first time I saw that. But that was the end of the first battle. Of hopefully a lot more to go. Sorry I'm moving the camera around a lot. That's just force of habit. So, that is the end of the replay. Now this will bring you to the troops deployed to show how many we're fighting. So I only lost 447 compared to their 1,500. So I don't think it was that close of a victory or a defeat. No, yeah, wasn't that close of a victory. I feel like I annihilated them. So Kazarek has defeated the messengers of Middelheim. So, my name is Commissar Yoraki. This is my first ever video. Don't really know how I'm going to sign things off at the moment. If you like what you see, please like, subscribe, comment, let me know what you think. If you want me to keep doing this. If you say no, I'll probably ignore it and keep trying my best and doing what I think is fun. If you want to watch more live action stuff, I don't know if that's the right term. But if you want to see more stuff in the real world, go over to our streaming channel, HexHap, where you can see us building some Warhammer 40k miniatures. But here, you'll mainly just see gameplay videos. Eventually, I might stream video games. I don't know yet. I'm still thinking about it. If you have any games that you want me to play, let me know. I'm not just a Warhammer player. I play a bunch of different games. I just thought this would be a good starting point. So, thank you for watching.